Hey, everybody. All right, so I'm trying something different here. I was thinking about going live maybe once a week, maybe once a month. We'll see how well these do. And just kind of going through the presentation and giving people an opportunity to ask their questions about Real Broker, and about my experience here, about the technology, any of the technical questions that we may have about Real Broker. And I know I just kind of announced this one just earlier today. Maybe I'll try to schedule these out a little bit further in advance to actually give people time to hop in live. But so today I'm going to go through the kind of slide deck for Real Broker, kind of give you a brief overview of all the numbers, all the benefits, Rev Share, the stock program. And then I'm going to try to show you some of the technology as well. I'm going to share my screen, show you some of the technology that we have here. And then I've got a few questions that I've pulled from my other videos. I'm going to answer those questions live for you here as well. And if anybody's joining in, if you have any questions about Real Broker, leave it down, comment down here, and I'll try to answer that question live for you today. So let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you real quick. And let's just go over, start off with the slide deck. All right. Oh, also I've got COVID. I'm at the tail end of COVID. But all right, let's go ahead and run through this. It's going a little crazy here, but here's the Real Broker slide deck, which hopefully you're seeing this right now. So Real Broker was founded in 2014. However, it kind of had a relaunch and a rebranding in 2020. That's really when it started picking up again. And all like the technology that we have, the Rev Share program that we have, the stock programs, we didn't have any of that prior to 2020. So I really kind of look at 2020 as a relaunch, and that's really how old the company really is. And so I joined March 2021. We're only in 32 states by that point. Today, in almost 2024, we're in 50 states. We're in all 50 states, plus DC, plus 4 provinces in Canada. So really it's taken us about 3 years to accomplish that, to go really just from the Northeast to all 50 states in about 3 years. We just passed 12,000 agents. And so Real has more than doubled in size every 12-month period for the last 3 years in a row. Last 36 months, any 12-month period, we've more than doubled in size. So we are growing incredibly quickly. And I don't see any slowing of that trend. I think 12 months from now, we'll be at 24 agents. 24 months will be at 48,000 agents. 36 months will be at almost 100,000 agents. And we're just on that trajectory, right? That's, I'm pretty excited about that. Our revenue in 2022 was 381 million. Again, our revenue continues to grow. Our agent count continues to grow. And we are publicly traded as well on the NASDAQ. REAX is the ticker symbol. Right now, the stock's worth about $1.40. So moving along here, so kind of Real solution. So Real has an 85-15 split with no monthly fees and a $12,000 a year cap. So when you first join, you're going to pay a $249 sign-up fee. After that, you don't have to pay anything until you have money coming in. All the other fees are taken out of the commissions coming in. And so when you're paying the 15% to Real, you don't pay any transaction fee on that. After you fully cap and you keep 100% your commission, then there's a $285 transaction fee. There's admins on the back end kind of reviewing your files and make sure you get paid. That's where that transaction fee is going. So $285 transaction fee. After you hit Elite Agent, which is about 28 transactions, we'll talk about that later, your transaction fee gets dropped to $129 per transaction. Now, on every transaction, there is a $30 E&O insurance fee. That's this BEOP fee. Technically, it stands for, I think, Broker Review E&O Insurance and Processing Fee, BEOP. I just call it E&O insurance. Now, we do have a $750 annual fee. That gets taken out of your first 3 commissions of the year, $250, $250, and $250. You know what? I actually have a spreadsheet. I can probably run some numbers with you guys as well and show you how much it would cost to sell certain amounts of real estate. And there's actually a pretty big range there that if you count the stock that you get as cash equivalent, which I think you should, pretty big range there where you're actually net positive, where you don't pay anything at all to be an agent. Here you're actually receiving money. So this here talks about the teams. It's all pretty much the same, except teams have a 6K. Team members have a $6,000 a year cap instead of a $12,000 a year cap. Real's publicly traded. Now there's 4 ways to earn stock here at the company. One of the easiest ways is just to buy it directly out of your commission. That's this top one here before cap. So before you cap, you can put 5% of your commission towards buying stock in the company, and they'll give you a 15% bonus stock on top of that. After you cap, you can put 10% of your commission towards buying stock in the company. They'll give you a 30% bonus on top of that. So if you buy $1,000 worth of stock after you cap, they'll give you $300 worth of stock completely for free. Now, the stock does have a 3-year vesting period. Actually, all the stock here has a 3-year vesting period. That's pretty common. That's really what all the other brokerages have as well. Now, the second way that you can earn stock is just by capping. Once you hit that $12,000 a year cap, you get 150 shares of stock in the company. And when you attract an agent to the company, when they close their first transaction, you get 75 shares of stock in the company. And those numbers are cut in half for half cappers, just because they're paying half as much into the company. Now, we do have an elite agent award where you can earn up to $24,000 in free stock in the company. So in order to hit that, you need a first cap. Now, if your average sales price is $450,000 and your average commission is 2.5%, then you'll cap at 7 transactions. Now, after you cap, you need to pay $6,000 in post-cap transaction fees. So the transaction fee is $285. So that works out to about 20 transactions after you cap. Then you'll get the performance award. And you also be eligible for the cultural award. To hit the cultural award, you have to be teaching monthly topics in the Real Academy, give back to the Real agent community, give back to your local community. One of those options. So if, for example, I host a monthly mastermind, hour-long monthly mastermind all about YouTube. If you did something like that, that's all you need to do for the cultural award. You get the $8,000 in stock as well. So it's a total of $24,000 in free stock in the company every year. Now, the second way is if you hit $500,000 in GCI with at least 10 transactions a year. So I got a friend that lives in San Diego, really high price points, and he hit that just recently. Got $500K in GCI with at least 10 transactions. If you're in a lower price point, then the $6K in transaction fees is the way to go. Now, what's interesting, if you're a team leader, whatever percentage that you're taking from your team members, that percentage of their transaction fees go towards your cap. So if you're taking 50% of their commission, then 50% of their transaction fees go towards your 6K cap. So it's actually easier to hit elite agent as a team leader than it is as a solo agent. Now, so let's talk about the stock. Another cool thing we have is the joint venture program. So we have Real Mortgage and then we have Real Title as well. And they're both cloud-based. They're both rolling out nationally right now. When Real Title comes to your area, you can invest in that title company and be an owner in that title company. Now they then pay out profits quarterly. And it kind of incentivizes you to use that title company. If you have a big team, your team uses that title company, you're essentially going to get some of that back every single quarter by being an owner in that company, called joint venture. Super common practice. And that's available for all agents here at Real as well. This is talking about the revenue share. We're going to get to that in a second. So state-of-art technology. We definitely got some awesome technology. If you watch my interview with Pritesh Damani, the Chief Technology Officer, he says like our technology on the back end is really what gives us the advantage and allows us to scale. You know, he gave this presentation. He's talking about if a Keller Williams office wanted to onboard 1,000 agents into a brokerage or even like a state and multiple brokerages, how much work would that be to onboard 1,000 agents into Keller Williams offices? You need to hire more staff. You need to onboard them all the paperwork. You need to train them all. You need to have rooms for them all, furniture for them all. At Real, we could onboard 1,000 agents like that tomorrow. We could bring in 1,000 agents tomorrow and we wouldn't flinch. And it's because we're technology based. And it's a lot of the technology designed by Pritesh Damani. We also have some great agent facing technology. And I have a whole video going over all the technology. So I won't go into depth into that, but Sorry, hold on. I'm going to show you guys some new tech that they just rolled out here. Yeah, so let me share. I'm sure should be able to see this. So this is something that they just rolled out at the Rise conference. We just had our annual conference. They call this Rev Share Insights, and this is kind of an overhaul of how we see our Rev Share. And this is my own numbers. So I'm personally up to 165 agents in my total network. Now, my network's a little different than most. Mine is like an inverse pyramid. And the reason for that is just I use YouTube for lead generation. This type of lead generation just happens to attract a lot of newer agents, a lot of non-producing agents. And so I have a lot of those. And it's kind of like, the 80-20 principle, where 20% of the people you bring in are actually building out the network, the 80% are not. For me, it's like 90-10. Like I have some really great builders. They're attracting more people. So you have 58 in my tier 2, 34 in my tier 3, 6 in my tier 4, 1 in my tier 5. But I also just have a lot of these like non-producing agents. So mine is just kind of like an inverted pyramid. It's a little bit different than most people that I know. But regardless, I'm making $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 a month off of that right now. I currently have about a little over $10,000 in pending rev share. We didn't get paid out. We get paid out on the 4th and 15th. And so this is their overhaul. They recently added these badges, which is pretty cool. So you tier 2, 3 unlocked. You can kind of see your progress on some of these badges. To unlock tier 5, get to 250 agents. So this is pretty cool. And yeah, you can see a lot more data about your rev share. You can see how much you made this week, this month, this year, and where it's all coming from. What tier I'm getting most of my rev share from. So I get most of mine from my tier 1, and then tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. Really nothing on tier 5. I haven't, and so here it would show me if I had anything pending there. But yeah, I've been here 2 years. I still don't have anybody on my tier 5. And again, mine's a little bit different than most people's, but this is kind of the new overhaul that they did to rev share, which is pretty cool. All right. Training and education. So yeah, we get our training in the Real Academy. Let me show you that real quick. Real Academy is freaking awesome. We have over 200 online classes on there. As soon as you become an agent, you get instant access to this whole database of training from agents all around the country. With other companies, with EXP, a lot of agents give their best training to people that put their name, that are in their downline, right? I think they do have some community training, but they give their best stuff to people in their downlines, and it's kind of very competitive over there. And it's, whose training do you want? It depends on whose downline you join, depends on whose training you want. At Real, we don't allow any of that. You're not allowed to promise anything of value in exchange for putting your name down. So we all collaborate. We all provide training, and everybody has access to everybody's training, right? From Jeremy Knight to Karen Carr. This is my weekly mastermind that I teach. This is my YouTube lead gen course right in here. And everybody collaborates. Everybody has training, access to everybody's training. Ed Stulak does a lot with Instagram. He sells an Instagram course. Oh man, maybe the live stream was the best idea tonight. And this is all live training that we have. So on the 6th, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different live streams on the 6th. 7th, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different classes on the 7th. So we have between 25, 30, 35 live streams every single week in the Real Academy, which is awesome. And all of it is streamed to Workplace as well, which is really how we tap into the community. So I think we got some of the best training that you're going to find anywhere. We're all owners in this company. We all want to see this company do well. And that's why I do a monthly mastermind. I want to see this company grow. I have stock in the company. I have rev share. And that really incentivizes a positive culture and incentivizes collaboration and community and providing my training to everybody. So rev share. So a real broker, if you bring in an agent, you will get 5% of every commission that they close until they cap at the company. We have a $12,000 a year cap. So when they cap, you'll earn up to $4,000 a year for a capping agent. Anybody that they bring in will be in your tier 2, and you'll earn 4% of every commission. until they cap. So that'd be up to $3,200 a year. Anybody they bring in will be in your tier 3. You earn 3% of every commission until they cap. So that's up to $2,400 a year. Anybody they bring in will be your tier 2. You earn up to $1,600 a year. Anybody they bring in will be in your tier 5. 1% of every commission until they cap. That's $800 a year. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really simple. To unlock your different tiers, you need to have a certain number of producing agents in your tier 1. For them to be a producing agent, they just need to close, earn $3,000 in commission every 6 months. They count as a producing agent. So to unlock your tier 1's automatically unlocked. To unlock your tier 2, you just need 5 producing agents in your tier 1. That'll unlock your tier 2 benefits. Unlock your tier 3, you need 15 producing agents in your tier 1. Unlock your tier 4, you need 20 producing agents in your tier 1. Unlock your tier 5, you need 25 producing agents in your tier 1. And as I showed you, Rev Share can be very lucrative. There's lots of agents making a full-time income off of Rev Share. Now, our Rev Share, something that's unique about it is that it is willable. It is essentially like a life insurance policy. If I die tomorrow, my son will keep getting my revenue share. And my son's, 8 years old. He's autistic. Nonverbal, special needs, and that money will keep coming in if I pass away tomorrow. And I love that, and that's super special. Not many other companies have something like that. And to collect Rev Share at Real Broker, you yourself need to be a producing agent. We don't want full-time multi-level marketing experts coming in here or full-time recruiters. We want to be a company of producing agents. So for you to collect Rev Share, you have to be a producing agent. However, we just launched our retirement plan. So if you're a producing agent for 3 years, you can step out of production and still get your Rev Share, but you only get 60% of it. If you're a producing agent for 4 years, you can get out of production and you get 80% of your Rev Share. And if you're a producing agent at Real for 5 years, you can step out of production and keep getting your Rev Share indefinitely. So that is our retirement plan. And Rev Share is a retirement plan. It's also essentially a life insurance plan. If you pass away, that money keeps coming into whoever you designate as your recipient of that. And it can be a child. They don't have to be a licensed real estate agent at all. And the reason why at EXP, they don't have this. At EXP, you can kind of leave your Rev Share, but they have to be a licensed real estate agent with EXP to kind of take your spot. And for whatever reason, EXP counts Rev Share as a commission. A Real Broker counts it as marketing expense, which is much more accurate, right? It's not a commission. Like I don't know those clients that are paying that commission. I didn't do a service for them. So it's not a commission, but EXP counts it as one. Whereas Real, the agent earns a commission, that money goes to Real. Real's now paying it out as a marketing expense for helping grow the company. And that's why we can leave this to our children or whoever with the willable revenue share. So here's a map. So we're in all 50 states. We're almost in all the provinces in Canada, or at least the major ones. I think there's a lot of small provinces up there. So the new consumer app, I have a video dropping tomorrow all about the new consumer app that they're launching. It's actually launched right now, kind of the first version of it. We have Real Rewards, where you can get health insurance as well through Real Benefits, Real Rewards. And then Real Signature is the software that they rolled out a few months ago. And it's supposed to be kind of a competition like Dotloop and DocuSign. They had their beta version of it. They've been improving it every single month. But that's going to be our signature program. It's actually accessible on your phone as well. So you can, right now, you need a signature on a contract. You download a contract, you upload it to Real Signature. You can add signature blocks and send it off all right there on your phone, which is pretty huge. So yeah, that is kind of the overview of Real Broker, kind of running through all the current numbers. Now we had a couple questions. Let me see if I can pull these up from some of my videos. So he's saying, Whistle Real Estate 1 says, great videos, thanks. One question though, how are you able to make these videos without getting flagged by Real Broker for recruiting? So at Real, we're not allowed, we're not recruiting, we're attracting people, right? And so you're not allowed to make cold calls here. You can't cold call real estate agents. You can't send out mass emails to people you don't know. You can't text people. You can't send out mailers, anything like that. You can't reach out to people cold. You can't run ads for the purpose of recruiting for Rev Share. If you're a team, you can run ads to attract people, recruit people to your team, but not just for the purpose of Rev Share. But you can do social media. That is allowed. You can make videos promoting Reel and explaining Reel, and you can make social media posts and Instagram posts promoting Reel. And this is attraction. I'm not recruiting anybody. I'm not cold calling anybody. People are coming to me. That's attraction versus recruiting. And so attraction through video is definitely allowed. And I've got interviews with the president, with the CEO, Tamir, with the chief technology officer, all on this channel. So they fully endorse making content, talking about your experience here at Reel. Curious about the Reel app. Does it allow you to create a link for e-signature on the transaction docs? Yes. So with the Reel app, you can, if you had a document that you need signed, you can upload it to the Reel signature, add a signature block, enter in your client's email address, send it off so that they digitally sign it, and it comes back to you. You can do all that on your mobile phone or on desktop. 3K every 6 months sucks. An agent should be able to take some time off and still get Rev Share. Yeah, so the purpose of having that clause in there is because we want producing agents in this company. We want to be a company of producing agents, and that has a really positive and big impact on the culture of the company and the community of the company. There are other companies with this model that have just full-time recruiters. All they do is recruit. And we wanted to be a company for the agents, that are all producing agents. And so, yeah, that can suck, but I agree with that. I love being around other producing agents. And like I just said, we have the retirement plan now. So if you are producing agents for at least 3 years, then you can get out of production, keep receiving that Rev Share. And same thing with the willable Rev Share as well. If you pass away, your dependent can keep getting that Rev Share. If I'm licensed in more than one state, do I need to join in both states? Yes. So if you are licensed in more than one state, you need to be with Reel within each of those states. There is a little bit of a grace period. Maybe I think it's 30 days or something. So just join now with one of your state licenses, and then over the next few weeks, get your other licenses transferred over as well. So we got a question here from George. Can you be a Reel agent and a loan officer? I'm in California. So you can be, but not on the same transaction. This is yeah. I've had a lot of loan officers kind of not be happy with that. So you can't be the loan officer and the agent on the same transaction. You're going to have to refer out one or two of those, either the agent side or the loan officer side for that. And where did I go here? Are there any monthly fees now? So Reel Broker has no monthly fees unless you want to sign up for Chime. So I actually like how they did this. So Chime's usually $500 a month. If you're with Reel, you get it for $40 a month. Huge savings, saving almost $6,000 a year. A lot of people kind of ding Reel oh, Chime's not even included. You got to pay extra for it. I like that. If you look at EXP, they have KV Core. They charge you an $85 a month technology fee. So you're paying for KV Core whether you use it or not. And if you logged in man, I don't like this at all, I'm going to use, Boomtown or Chime or something, you're still stuck paying for that KV Core. And so I like that they made this optional. So if you have a CRM, you have a website that you you join Reel, you're not stuck paying for software that you're not going to use. And so the brokerage itself has no monthly fees, but if you want to get Chime, which I highly recommend, then it's an additional $40 a month. All right. If nobody else has any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And let me know if you guys like this. I'm thinking about maybe I could do this once a month, once a week, every other week, something like that, just to kind of give people an opportunity to answer their questions and see if anybody has can kind of give you updates on the company. Another thing is that I started sending out a weekly email of free training at Reel. So Reel is showing you that we have 25 to 30 live streams every single week. Our replays of all our classes and all our masterminds are only for Reel agents, but the live streams, we can invite agents to that. So the live streams are available to anybody. And so I started an email list where every week I'm going to handpick 6 or 7 live streams that week that I think look like really great training and email that out to my email list. If you want to sign up for that, go to next-genagents.com and look for the email list. It should be on that homepage. I have a link to it in most of my descriptions. I'll put a link in this description as well. All right, one more question here. Can buyer agents offer to finance the buyer's commission, assuming the seller doesn't pay? Can a buyer agent offer to finance the buyer's commission, assuming the seller doesn't pay? Can a buyer's agent offer to finance the buyer's commission? So the buyers don't have a commission. The buyer's agent has a commission. So, okay, you're talking about if you're a loan officer. Oh, wow. Okay. So you're talking about if you're a loan officer, can you finance or work out a financing deal with the buyer to pay you as the buyer's agent? I don't know. That's a tricky one. We'd have to ask somebody at support. We get really great support. It's literally you can call. We have a 24/7 call center. You can also email them. It's support@therealbrokerage.com if you wanted to ask them that directly. So I'm guessing you're referring to the new lawsuit that's going on. A lot of people are really scared that buyer agents or the sellers are no longer going to pay for buyer agents commissions. Personally, I'm not too scared about that. They've always had the ability to charge or to offer the buyer agent whatever they want. The NAR's regulation just said that they had to offer buyers agents at least 1 penny. So it went from a minimum of 1 penny to a minimum of 0. I'm not too concerned about all that. But yeah, again, if you really want to know, support@therealbrokerage.com is our support email. You can email them and ask them. I've never heard of that. Never heard of a loan officer financing the buyer agent's commission before. So I don't know about that. All right. I hope you guys got some value out of this. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.